Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Tammy, you are here on Tammy Talks. We're talking Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 15. We are still in Nashville. This particular recap, is going to be Airris and Jasmine. They have earned the right to get their own video. Alright? If you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns on various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So, if you enjoy that type of content, or if you are back for like a second, third, or fourth time, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Thumbs up the video if at any point throughout the duration of the next 15 or so minutes you enjoy anything that I say or anything resonates with you. Hop in the comment section, y'all. Let's talk about everything that happened with Airris and Jasmine down below. So it starts off with Devon Franklin. He is back as a guest expert that comes in, I guess, once or twice throughout the duration of this to fulfill a contractual agreement. So he comes in, he meets with Jasmine. He's going to meet with Jasmine and Airris separately. She tells him that she had a breakthrough the night before with the other ladies. What she has come to realize about herself is that she has a tendency to sweep things under the rug. She's never really direct and upfront about what she is feeling, what she's experiencing, what she's going through. She sweeps issues that she has under the rug, out of sight, out of mind. He asks her that what is she doing with her communication with Airris. And she's asked if she has expressed all of these different things to Airris. She said no, but I'm sure he can feel it. Okay. Because one thing that we have to understand, and we have to be honest with ourselves, right? As much as Airris is trash, say that 3 times fast. We know that Airris is trash. We know that Airris is an F-boy. We know that Airris is not into this marriage. We know that Airris is not into this process. But at what point do we now shift accountability to Jasmine, right? Remember Chris and Paige? And there came a point where after Chris bought Mercedes that we had to switch and shift accountability, taking the shoulder of it, the brunt of it, giving it to Chris. We had to move some of that over to Paige. That shift came tonight, y'all. I know the shift came for me a couple weeks ago, but for y'all, that shift should have come tonight. So she said that she feels that they are compatible and could work in the long run, right? That's what she feels. So Devin tells her that it is not her task to try to figure out what he is feeling, because she said, I think we could work out. I don't know about him. Devin said that's it. Devin, Mr. Franklin, said that is not your task to figure out. Your task is for you to lay out what it is that you want. Be direct, be upfront with what you want. I'm sorry, but this hoe, I never saw my parents argue. I don't know how to do this with communication. That's getting very, very old. That's getting old. So are we to believe that Jasmine has gone through her entire, 28 years of life, and she has never had any type of conflict? She has never tried to resolve any type of conflict, whether with a partner or a friend or a coworker or anything? You can't always use that as an excuse. You can't. So she then says that Airris can get super, super deep because he's had traumas in his life and she has not had anything traumatic happen. So she's always just very, okay, it's over with her. So Devon tells her, so what has happened in your life that's a very quick in and out? Jasmine goes on to say that, aside from her like being bullied, that was kind of the only thing. She was bullied for about 3 to 4 years. But when she would go home, life was great. He asked her, did your family know you were bullied? No, of course not. That's traumatic. You were a child that was going to a school where you were bullied, you weren't wanted, you were talked about for being too proper, all these other type of things. You internalized that as a child, and then you would turn around, go home, hide whatever you were going through to put on this facade that everything was great, only for you to turn around and have to go back to school the next day and deal with it day after day after day after day after day. That's traumatic. So she then goes on to say how she doesn't know how to handle conflict. Her parents never argued in front of her. The same thing that Jasmine keeps saying over and over and over. She finally admits that she is scared to tell Airris how she really feels because she is scared of hearing the answer. I just, like, you know this man don't like you. You know this. You just like he should be able to feel things from you. You can feel that this man does not like you. So you are scared to hear him say he doesn't want to be in the marriage? I'm not, like, maybe it's me. I'm not getting it. So Devon tells her that it would be his truth and that's fine, and that she should want to know the truth instead of wanting to live in this fantasy or this nightmare that she's living in. One of the two. So he wants her to find the courage to ask. So we then get Airris. He's talking to Devin Franklin, and he comes right out with it, and it's like, so you don't like her, right? Airris said that it's a lack of physical attraction for him. We got it. We hear about it constantly from both of y'all. We hear about it from both of y'all asses too much. So he said that he is attracted to her passion. He's attracted to, like, she has a calming presence that is attractive. So Devin said, what can we do to get her more attracted to you? Why are we having this conversation, y'all? He is not physically attracted to this woman. Therefore, they are not going to last. They are not going to work. It's not going to happen. Let's stop trying to make fetch happen with this relationship. So Airris was like, I mean, I do, but you can't change a person. Like, I can't get taller. Okay. So he then goes on and asks him, so what do you do for work? You know, are you good at it? Do you try? I feel like this was the dumbest analogy I have heard on this show. We're not going to compare his job to this marriage. I feel like that was a terrible analogy given the circumstance. So Airris is like, yeah, of course I put effort into my job, because if I lose my job, you know, I lose my car, I lose my house, I lose all this other type of stuff. But I mean, if this don't work, I can just go back to my life the way it was before. It was okay. But Airris goes on to say how he wants a family and all these different things. So Devon asks him what needs to happen for you to get to that point, because you have this woman in front of you that you can have this life that you want with. He don't like her. Unless she can completely transform her face and her body, there is nothing that she can do or that he can do to get them to a point that this marriage is going to work. Is it me? Like, what is going on here? So Airris says he wants them to connect more. He feels that Jasmine does not get deep. Devon tells him, well, you're judging her for not being deep. So, you know, instead of judging her, ask more probing questions. So then Airris said that he does not want to look up 5 or 6 months or years from now and have regrets. Boy, over it. We're at the group setting. Airris asks, what did the girls talk about the day before? Because, you know, the guys, they went and played baseball. And Nicole said, we had a girl talk. Yeah, we had a girl talk. Can't share the details. It was girl talk. Jasmine would say, I tell it shit. I had a breakdown. Nicole then has the audacity, the nerve, the gall, the temerity to tell Airris, you need to do more. You need to try harder. That is not your fucking place, Nicole. I am so tired of Nicole. I am so tired of her. And I know that these are production questions that they get, you know, they get the production plan, right? Nicole is that person this season that has to ask all the questions. But I just feel like the way that she does it is not landing. So she then tells Jasmine, you need to try harder too. I said, look at this. So they're dancing later, and all the couples are dancing, having a little dance off. And then we see Jasmine and Airris are just standing there. We see the instructor come over to Airris and start dancing with him. Jasmine gets offended, takes off her hat, walks off, says she's not doing this shit. She says in her confessional that she was trying to dance with her husband. We didn't see it, but she said she was. And he didn't want to dance, but he dances with the instructor. Airris notices that Jasmine has walked off. He follows after her. He apologizes off rip. I apologize. I get you're upset. I'm not trying to diminish your feelings at all. I'm not attracted to her. She ain't even my type. I thought that because I was the worst dancer, she was trying to help me. Jasmine is like, you didn't have to dance with her though. Airris acknowledges that. They get in an Uber, they leave, they go home. We see him sleeping on the couch. The next morning, Dr. Pepper comes over, and Jasmine is dressed like, she's, the epitome housewife. And when Dr. Pepper comes in, Jasmine said it's been an emotional week. She said that, the teacher dancing with him triggered her. Airris said that her storming out and making a big deal about it wasn't warranted and made it into a bigger scene than it needed to be. Dr. Pepper basically said, I don't give a fuck about what happened last night. Do y'all want to stay married? Because Dr. Pepper is over it, much like the rest of us are. This was both of y'all's out. This was both of y'all's chance to say, you know what? No, I don't want to be in this marriage anymore. I think it's best if I leave. I don't want to be in this relationship. I think it's best if I leave. I'm not getting what I need out of it. I'm not attracted to her. He's not attracted to me. Let's call it a day. But no, Airris says that he sees a possibility and understands why they were matched. And he sees these small snippets of possibilities when they date. When the fuck do y'all date? When do y'all date? When do y'all date? We see y'all sitting at home answering questions out of a bowl for the most part. Y'all don't do anything together. Y'all don't do anything together. Jasmine said that she agrees that he seems to be more into the marriage now. When? When does he seem more into the marriage? When? Maybe I missed that episode or that scene. Maybe it's me. Jasmine wants to feel more wifely. I said, girl, she wants to feel more wifely. She said that if she does not text him, he does not text her. She does not hear from him all day. He don't like you. He does not want you. If a man is interested in you, that man is going to text you or call you. So she wonders if he thinks of her all day. No, because when you think of somebody throughout the day, you contact them. So Dr. Pepper said that we just need to learn communication habits. Set an alarm and text her. Don't set no alarm to text me. If you can't text me out of your own desires, your own wants, your own just inhibitions, if you can't text me because you just honestly and truly want to, not because you have an alarm set at 2 p.m., we don't need to be in this marriage. We don't. We don't need to be in the marriage. She then tells them maybe they can try, hugging each other, kisses. Maybe a kiss on the cheek. He was like, a hug. Jasmine, like, at this point, he is literally throwing the red flags at you. No, he's taking the red flags and saying, here, Jasmine, here's a flag, babe. That's what he's doing. You're taking it and saying, I don't need that, and throwing them. What are we doing? Dr. Pepper wants them to to promise to try between now and decision day. Well, I want to know, can the experts not just be like, you know what, y'all, we're going to call it. We're going to pull the plug on this. Because it's now becoming more increasingly obvious that this couple stay on here to get to decision day for the TV time. I think it's time for production and the experts to step in, and when you see that these couples, whether it's one or both of them, are not actively trying to be in a marriage, then y'all need to start pulling these people, getting them off of TV, and we can focus on the people who at least look like they're trying. Airris and Jasmine should no longer be on the show. Clint and Gina should no longer be on the show. The show might as well just be Chris and Nicole, Shaq and Kirsten at this point. It needs to just be those two couples because they are at least somewhat playing like they care. This is ridiculous, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this down below. At what point Do we start to hold Jasmine a little bit more accountable? Because this was her out. This was her out. The experts are giving her an out. Dr. Pepper all but said, girl, take my hand and let's walk out the door together. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe, like the video. Let's talk about this down below, y'all. Let's talk about it down below because my God.